Hey, welcome back. Come on in. Have a seat and take, you know what I mean? Let's watch some scary videos, you know what I mean? And this one is called 14 Scary. Up, let's get it right and thing, you know. The 14 scariest videos of terrifying paranormal activity caught on camera. You understand what I'm saying? Thing. So, you know, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna look at this and see what the Bible see if we could get the blood up pumping with some scary stuff. Let's go.
A father and a son were sitting in their living room, waiting for the mother of the family to come home, when something extremely unsettling happened. The little child, Bentley, started using some pots and pans as a drum kit, so the father, Walter, started recording. He wanted to send the video to his wife because he found it really cute, and no doubt it would end up on her Facebook page. Little did he know that something mental was about to be captured on camera.
Get it, little fella.
Somehow, the door in the background opened itself, followed by the children's item in front of it collapsing. This made absolutely no sense, because they were the only two people home at the time, which made it impossible for the event to happen without a paranormal presence. The family is currently in the process of purifying the home. Brian, a man living in Belgium,
I'm telling you, man, that ghost is fed up of that child. That's got to be some old person. It's like, man, that damn child is biting on pots and pans now. What the bumbleclad? You think that's cute? I'm gonna open that door. You know what I mean? It's like, and you know, since we can't hear them, that ghost is probably saying, "Stop that noise." You know what I'm saying? That thing that kick that toy. You know, come on now. I'm trying to sleep in this closet.
never gave much thought to the idea of ghosts or paranormal activity. Like many skeptics, he dismissed it all as nonsense, until something happened that changed his perspective entirely. For several days in a row, he noticed his window would open and close by itself, often with no wind and no one nearby. The bizarre occurrences left him increasingly anxious. Determined to uncover the cause, he set up a camera hoping to catch the supernatural event in action. While he didn't capture the window this time, he ended up filming something even more disturbing.
There are some weird noises coming from my window. The last few days my window's open by itself. I don't know what's the problem, so... Oh my god. My god. Oh my god, what the Oh shit.
From the corner of the room, one of the books resting neatly on the shelf began to slide forward, seemingly pushed by an unseen force, before crashing loudly to the floor. Brian was stunned. Thankfully, the camera recorded everything. Otherwise, no one would have believed what he saw. The unsettling footage quickly made its way online, sparking debate and fear in equal measure. At this point, it wouldn't be surprising if Brian starts ghost hunting very soon, because whatever's inside that house clearly isn't staying quiet. One evening, Stephen was upstairs.
There's more than one of them in there, boy, because he said it's been the door keep every night, the window keep opening and closing. You understand? It didn't open and close this time. This time we're like, we done moved in, home skillet. We done move in this bad boy. You ain't gonna have a bumbleclot moment of peace in here, you know? You know what I mean? You should have brought a priest in the first time that window opened with nobody coming in.
Planning to surprise his wife by taking care of the laundry. But just as he reached for the basket, an eerie, loud thud echoed from the direction of the kitchen below. He froze for a moment, thinking of what to do. After about a minute of tense hesitation, curiosity and fear got the best of him, and he cautiously made his way downstairs to investigate. And what happened after that is really terrifying.
Oh my god, guys, I'm so scared right now. I just woke up. And I went downstairs, and all the cabinets are open, and I went to bed last night. These cabinets, they were closed. And I really think this poltergeist or spirit is really out to get me. But look, these cabinets, they were all closed last night when I went to bed. And I woke up, this is how they are. I'm really, really scared right now. Shut all these.
Sounds like an old house too.
I figured I'd get out on camera so if something happens, at least it's documented. Alright. I think I'm just gonna go downstairs and chill out and edit for a little while.
Oh shit!
Who tell you to close them cabinets? Who told you, punk?
Oh. I gotta upload this. I gotta upload this before anything happens. Nobody gets to see this. Ow. Okay. I think I broke my ankle.
At one point, plates, glasses, and metal utensils came crashing down from tightly shut cabinets as if tossed by an invisible force. Fearing for his safety, Stephen contacted his parents, who offered him refuge at their home. He stayed there for several weeks, still shaken by the supernatural activity. To this day, that was the last we heard of his encounter. In this scary...
Yeah, you know, it's like, you punk. I opened them booklet windows for a reason. Get out of here. This is my house. Let me ask you something. Comment down below. You ever get up in the middle of the night and you hear a sound, and for some reason you decide to, well, no, you want to go check and see what the sound is, right? So you do so, and you're walking down the steps and thing, and you decide to go check, and you know, you hear it again, and you stop. Fear, and you kind of freeze, but then you're just like, man, this is my house, you know what I mean? So what you do is you run in the room, who's in there, and you're ready to fight, and you're even throwing punches as you go in. You ever did that? I did that. I did that a couple of times as a kid. I hear something, you know what I mean? And I was like, and instead of like cautiously peeping in to see who they are, I just run in and I'm swinging in. Who's in there? You ever do that? Comment down below. Tell me about that, because I've did that several times. Oops. Sorry about that.
Video, a man named Trevor, newly divorced and living alone, found himself at the center of something truly unexplainable. It's worth mentioning that before this night, Trevor had never encountered anything even remotely resembling paranormal activity. His home was quiet, his life uneventful.
What's he doing with a
But all of that changed during one frigid winter night, when something unnatural invaded his peaceful solitude. And what followed can only be described as a haunting.
Somebody bad in there, boy. Something bad in there. That's the husband and wife ghost and fight. Man, your house is a mess. Want to talk.
Unusual disturbances began to erupt throughout his house, with objects moving on their own and strange sounds echoing through empty rooms. Trevor, unsure how to react, rushed from one area to the next, trying to make sense of the supernatural chaos. The more he tried to find answers, the more activity he seemed to trigger. Desperate, he shut off his camera, hoping that might end the eerie occurrences. But the presence lingered. In the end, the fear became unbearable, and Trevor fled his home for several hours just to feel safe. When he finally returned, everything was calm once again.
Yeah.
No further ghostly signs. Now he believes, perhaps prays, that this terrifying encounter was a one-time experience. But in homes touched by the unexplained, nothing is ever guaranteed.
Nothing.
In the dead of night, a staff member at a psychiatric asylum in Pakistan returned for his morning shift and began reviewing the previous night's CCTV footage, just like he always did. But on this particular morning, something chilling appeared on the monitor. 2 patients were seen lying motionless on the floor of the recreation room, despite no official record of them ever leaving their rooms. The mystery behind how they got there was unsettling enough, but what the camera captured next would leave even seasoned staff horrified. You'll want to pay very close attention to this.
Oh my. Look, something is crawling. Oh my goodness. There's several of them. There's 3 of them.
As the footage played, the staff member's eyes widened. 2 ghostly entities emerged near the patients, their movements unnatural, almost crawling or dragging as they crossed the room in eerie silence. And just as quickly as they appeared, the figures vanished without a trace. He replayed the clip over and over, trying to make sense of what he had seen. What were these apparitions? Why did they only appear when the patients were sprawled on the floor? No one has been able to explain it. But if you wish you creator Quattro
What?
Usero to cacophonies theory duro. Stop me over Joringander. About this haunting event, drop it in the comments below.
What in the bumbleclad happened to the narrator's voice? Did you tell me you all heard that? Tell me in the comment section you heard that strange, like you were speaking in some kind of strange tones or something. Juji or der. What the? That was. What the hell? Was that some kind of chant or something? Some kind of Asian chant? What we trying to do? You trying to ghost us or something? The bumbleclad was that? That was unsettling, right as he's showing the picture of the ghosts dragging themselves across the floor. You know, a long time ago, people didn't understand mental illness, so they thought that they were possessed by demons or something like that. Is this a play on that here or something? You know what I mean? What bumbleclad was the? Okay, that's got me creeped out now. He was popularly speaking English, and then all of a sudden he's speaking in some kind of tongues, and then he's speaking English again. That was kind of freaky, boy. Don't do that again.
While many people haunted by paranormal encounters are left emotionally scarred for life, the child in this next video responded in a surprisingly composed way. Although visibly shaken at first, needing to briefly step outside to collect himself, he managed to keep his cool during a moment that would leave most adults frozen in fear. And if you think you'd have reacted the same way, just wait until you see what was actually caught on camera. Because chances are, you'd have run for your life.
Besitos. Bueno, hola jugadores, hoy estamos aquí en otro video. Como saben, yo soy Will Gamer. Estoy esperando a Brian Gamer en su casa. Mierda, se me dio la caca. Me estoy asustando.
That kid looked possessed anyway.
Puta madre. La pala ahora. La caja estaba más acá y la pala se cayó allá. Puta madre. Ahora espero que no se mueva la bicicleta. No, se mueve la bicicleta. No, se mueve. No, se mueve. La caja de vuelta. No. Me estoy asustando, en serio. La puerta. Vamos a cerrarla porque si no se va a enojar mucho Brian Gamer. Vamos a dejarla ahí. Vamos a dejarla ahí. Puta madre. Aquí termina el video, nos vemos en el próximo video. Y vamos a esperar a Brian. Adiós. Y cuando llegue le voy a contar. Bueno, ahora sí. Adiós. La lluvia.
What makes this ghost encounter so eerie is how calm he remained, even as his bicycle began to move on its own, and various objects tumbled off the shelves without any visible cause. After witnessing this burst of poltergeist activity, the boy exited the house, locked the door behind him, and rushed to his grandmother's place to call his parents. They were quick to reassure him that he'd made the right choice. And since his family already believed in the supernatural, they never doubted his story.
Good.
Out of all the disturbing clips we've shared, this might just be the rare case with a peaceful ending. On the night of May 14th, 2025, a man named Robert took his usual late-night stroll near the forest, with his loyal dog Ollie by his side. It was a routine they both enjoyed, until this night turned into something out of a nightmare. Without warning, Ollie began barking wildly, staring deep into the dark trees. Alarmed by his dog's sudden panic, Robert decided to investigate the shadows beyond the trail. But what he encountered out there was something far more horrifying than he ever expected. Keep your eyes on this footage.
Ollie, what are you barking at? My dog was barking hard. Man, it's a full moon tonight, yo. Full moon tonight. I don't know what the hell he's barking at. I have no idea.
I don't hear him barking. Do you?
What he's barking
I never heard the dog barking.
at. What the hell is that?
As a matter of fact, I don't see a dog.
What is that?
Is that a couple of eyes checking about?
What is that, y'all?
That's something growling.
From within the dense forest came a low, guttural growl, unnatural and chilling. And then, just beyond the brush, Robert spotted it, a towering figure with piercing red eyes, silently watching from the darkness. Frozen in terror, he grabbed Ollie and bolted back to safety, not daring to wait for a second look. Viewers were quick to point out that the eerie sound didn't match any known animal, and many now believe the figure could have been the legendary Mothman, a cryptid known for its glowing red eyes and ominous presence. What do you think? Could Robert have had a real-life encounter with something supernatural? After enduring
There goes that Mothman again. Like I said in another video, half an hour back, this way is where the Mothman is famous for. Point Pleasant, West Virginia. That could have been a bear standing up on its back, because it's been, in this region it's known to have big old bears that comes down into human habitats, you know what I mean? Of course, the eyes and stuff is kind of huge, but you never know, you know. It could be bears with big old eyes out there. If you have some human with big old bug eyes, of course, too, it's dark and it's like lit up like that. It probably wouldn't be lit up like that. You know what? I'm trying to abate the fear a little bit.
a long, exhausting shift, this man was booting up his PlayStation 5. But just as he pressed the power button, something strange happened. A sudden chill swept through the room, brushing past him like a cold breath. Instantly, a feeling of dread crept in. Nervous and unsure of what was happening, he pulled out his phone, opened the camera app, and began recording. What he caught is truly unsettling.
There to go. And I come back and something is not is say something, I'm giving up on you.
See,
But anywhere I would have followed you. That's my kid, dude. Don't. Serious. I mean, it's nothing. I gotta get that back up. Goddamn. Jesus Christ.
Almost immediately after hitting record, something deeply disturbing occurred. One of the framed photos on his wall began to sway on its own, completely untouched. But it wasn't just any photo. It was a picture of his children. This paranormal activity didn't feel random. It felt deliberate. It was as if the spirit had chosen that image for a reason, sending a terrifying message. The man, now in a panic, called his mother, who was watching the kids while he worked, but she never answered. Maybe she was just asleep and everything was fine. But with no further footage or updates, we're left in the dark. Whatever haunted that room may have left, or it may have followed.
See, and I need the full story. Like, he called his mother, but is there another grandparent that just passed away? Oh, that could be there, you know. I miss my grandkids. Or it could be our great grandparents, you know. Hey, you know, you're doing a good job, sonny. You know, great grandson. You know, they could be like shaking the stuff and saying, yeah, we protecting them. On the flip side, he came from a hard shift. He's tired. Have you ever, like, all of a sudden feel a cold chill? Are we saying that whenever you feel a cold chill, it's a ghost, or is it just metaphysical? You know what I mean? Maybe it's just the fact that your body did something weird, you know, because I know I've had those cold chills before, but nothing moved after that. Nothing untowards happened, you know. Does that mean like a ghost walked by me or something if I just feel a sudden chill? No. True to form, he said that after the chill, he had an eerie feeling. So it wasn't like a physical, it was a metaphysical type thing, right? You know.
Reddit user going by the name SL Veda uploaded a mysterious clip to the Ghost subreddit, and ever since, the community hasn't stopped talking about it. While the video comes with some detailed context, the footage itself speaks volumes. So before diving into the backstory, let's take a closer look at the clip that has viewers questioning whether something supernatural made its presence known. The Reddit post came with a chilling caption that provides insight into the footage. Quote, "My uncle lived with my parents and passed away in March. In the video, you'll see the door to the garage slowly open by itself, and then the light turns on. It's important to know, the light isn't motion activated. Nothing like this has ever happened in their home. Until now. Normally, I wouldn't think twice about a door creaking open, but the light switching on gave me chills. When I watched it with sound, I swear I could hear faint movement. His birthday was just this past Sunday, and my mom's was the day after, on the 25th. They always used to celebrate together. The timing. It's really hitting me. My mom kept his dog and left his room untouched, just as he left it. I can't help but feel like he came back home. Maybe I'm just being hopeful, but the video didn't feel scary. It felt peaceful." End quote. Whether you're a believer in the paranormal or not, it's difficult to dismiss the emotional weight of this encounter. The untouched room, the shared birthdays, the unexplained light. It feels less like a haunting and more like a final visit. A spiritual return that carries not fear, but comfort. Could this be a loved one reaching across from beyond? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. A woman named Stephanie McKee recently uploaded.
My thoughts is this. You living in my house, family or not, and you passed on in that room, I'm gutting that room and I'm making it something else. I'm sorry. The memories are here. It doesn't have to be physical. The memories are here and here. I'm going to keep you in there. I don't have to have physical manifestation of your former existence. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I think it would be like really devastating for me to walk into the room and it's always the same. How could you move on? You know what I mean? I guess it works differently for some people, but for me, I'll rearrange the room. Of course, I'll rearrange the room because you know what? You might be a loved one. Let's say you're my brother and you passed on and I keep everything the same and you come back to visit. We had a falling out at some point and you're going to go, in your mind because, you're still sort of human, right? You go, would slap me and I don't know who slapped me because you remember something I did to you when I was a kid. Oh, no. I'm rearranging. You know what I mean? You want to go in peace, stay in peace, leave me in peace. That sounds kind of bad, ain't it? Unless you're going to talk to me and say everything is all right, everything is good on this side and all of that, I'm good with it. It's like talking to a girl and you don't know what her intentions are and you're just like overthinking everything. If you're just in the house opening doors and carry on, I'm overthinking, what do you want? Are you mad at me? What's the dealio? You know what I'm saying? No, say something. Write something on the wall. Hey, Andy, it's me, I'm okay over here, Keep on living. Don't be haunting me and opening doors and turning lights on.
Loaded a spine-chilling video to TikTok that's been sending shivers down viewers' spines. The footage, captured by her home's outdoor security camera, starts off deceptively peaceful, just another quiet night outside her house. But within seconds, an eerie presence disrupts the calm, and what the camera records next is enough to leave anyone feeling deeply unsettled. A translucent, ghost-like figure drifting across the frame, its form strangely human, yet not fully there. It glides silently before vanishing without a trace. Stephanie explained that the moment her family saw the video, they were all disturbed by what they had just witnessed. She also shared a strange detail. When they moved into the rental home, they discovered small crystals placed above every doorway. Though they didn't know why, they chose to leave them in place. After this haunting footage, Stephanie believes that might have been a protective gesture by whoever lived there before. The figure's semi-transparent shape, floating movement, and sudden disappearance don't feel natural. Many viewers believe this may be a genuine ghost caught on surveillance, evidence of lingering spirits making themselves known. Skeptics have tossed around other theories. Some claim it could be a person walking by, distorted by poor lighting or camera blur. Others suggest common causes like bugs near the lens, digital glitches, or infrared reflection artifacts. But none of those explanations fully account for the way the figure moves or disappears. If it were CGI, the blend is seamless and disturbingly convincing. Nothing in the footage screams fake. So what's your take? Was this a real ghost caught on camera, or just a product of eerie coincidence and low-light distortion?
Yeah.
Drop your theories in the comments below.
The question I'm asking, was it a street back there? No, if the fact that if the person is walking back in your yard, then that's cause for alarm, because if that's your backyard and somebody's just walking by there, why are they out there walking by? That's more scary than thinking it's an apparition to me. Because, if it's an apparition and they're just walking by, they're not doing any harm. But if that's a real person walking by, Why are they walking by out there? It doesn't look like if there's no street back there. That looks like somebody's backyard. But then that's another house there. So it could be the neighbor walking by. But why would a neighbor walk by your backyard to get to his house? Why don't he go through the front door? And it looks like it's late at night. Of course, too, man, when you have really bad film imagery, things look like it's, you ever seen the doorbell, the scary doorbell things that I watch sometimes whenever the person is walking up to you, you can't tell and they look like a ghost coming up and then they come close and say, oh, that's a person. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I'm skeptical with images like this.
Sammy is experiencing paranormal activity since
Sammy.
2 years. Bizarre and unexplained phenomena started manifesting around her. At first, she didn't react much. Despite the ghostly disturbances that followed her from place to place, none of them seemed threatening. So, Sammy chose to ignore it, believing the entity was more of a harmless presence than a danger. But the footage you're about to witness captures a moment where Sammy decided to run a small experiment, just to see if the spirit was truly aware of her. What she captured was beyond chilling.
Can you move that? No. Can you move that again, please? Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What? Can you do that again? Can you do it again?
Unless she's got a kid next to her. Something's
Oh my god, oh my god.
To her disbelief, the ghost actually moved the bottle on command. This supernatural response made her question everything. Could this entity be something protective? Because the haunting had never escalated into anything violent, and the spirit seemed to react to her voice. Sammy began to believe it might be a benevolent force, perhaps even trying to communicate. With this in mind, she chose not to push it away, at least for now. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future paranormal encounters featuring Sammy. Her ghost story is far from over. This chilling video comes from a TikTok user named Megan Jamarco, who shared a truly unsettling experience while house-sitting for a friend. Bored and alone, Megan decided to relax with a movie. But just as she was getting comfortable, she began to hear strange, unexplained noises echoing through the house. Feeling uneasy, she grabbed her phone and started recording, just in case something wasn't right. What she captured on camera left her completely shaken.
She's watching Scary.
Out of the silence, a faint but clearly audible voice whispers, "Any way I can make you more comfortable?" At first, Megan assumed it must have been part of the movie's dialogue, but after rewinding the scene multiple times, she confirmed the voice wasn't coming from the film at all. The sound was real, and it came from inside the house. That realization turned a boring night into something straight out of a ghost story. And if that wasn't disturbing enough, viewers pointed out something even more chilling. At one point, a dark, shadowy figure can be seen reflected on the screen, moving past the TV with no one visibly there. To this day, Megan has no idea who or what was in the house with her. Some say it could have been a friendly spirit, especially considering it asked if it could make her feel more comfortable. If that's the case, at least it seemed polite. But ghost or not, it's hard to shake the feeling that something else was watching that movie with her. A man named Julian.
Okay. Polite or have riz. You know what I mean? Hey, baby, can I make you any more comfortable? Do I need to break out the champagne and the caviar? Oh, he's polite, all right. Yeah, no, he's wanted to have some ghostly love going on there. Can I make you more comfortable? Come on, though. You know what I mean? No, no, here's the thing, though. Here's something else that I mean. This is something off the cuff. In these days, with these smart TVs, they could be, somebody could be watching you and talking to you through the TV. You don't know. I saw a video one time where in this kid's room, this woman heard her kid talking to somebody. And she's like, what is going on? And the person was talking to them through the baby monitor. So she ran in there to see what was going on. What's going on? Who's my kid talking to? And the person talked to them. They were watching the kid and talking to the kid through the baby monitor, through the Bumbo Clan baby monitor. With all these smart TVs and stuff, you don't know who could hack in and be watching you. And then after a while would watch you, they get brave enough to say, can I make you more comfortable? It's not her house. Whose house is it? Does this person have a stalkish ex-boyfriend or something, you know what I mean? Watching her through that bloody smart TV, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. You see me? I'll always bring it back to the human being of idiot. But there goes the shadow against the thing, against the TV, so who knows?
Went on vacation to a Swiss village called Caripio. While there, he decided to visit a quaint little cafe. Oddly, when he stepped inside, it was completely deserted. No baristas, no guests, not even a sign of recent activity. Still, Julian shrugged it off, wiped off a chair, and set up his laptop. Hours passed, and no one came in. It was unsettling, but he rationalized it. Only 25 locals lived there, not counting the occasional tourists. But the silence continued the next day, and the next. By day 4, Julian's curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to explore the place a bit more. That's when things took a darker turn.
I would ask the locals what's up with that place so they can tell me something. I'm not just going to go in there. You're visiting. Oh, I know. Have a seat. Since you want to visit us all, have a seat.
While scanning the cafe's second-floor balcony from outside, Julian suddenly saw a chair slowly slide backward, by itself. His heart dropped. Panicking, he stumbled a few steps before turning and sprinting away without looking back. He hurried back to his room, threw everything into his suitcase, and left Caripio just as quietly as he had arrived. The following morning, still shaken, he told his local tour guide what had happened. She chuckled and simply replied, "That's just the old owner." He died years ago, but his ghost never left. He's the one who runs the place now. The Mai Prefecture in Japan is infamous for its spine-chilling ghost tales and eerie abandoned sites. Among the most terrifying is the Sugiya Hotel, once a thriving tourist destination, and now considered one of the most haunted places in the region. As Japan's oldest hotel in the area, it holds a deep history tied to countless paranormal stories. Two ghost hunters, Hiro and Tomo from the popular Japanese ghost hunting channel Omagatoki Film, chose to explore the Sugiya Hotel after hearing unsettling reports of supernatural activity. Just minutes after stepping inside, Strange and unexplainable sounds echoed through the building. Despite the rising tension, they pressed on, though noticeably more cautious. Eventually, they discovered a narrow staircase leading to the dilapidated upper-level guest rooms. It's here that T-san decides to venture off alone and ends up capturing something terrifying.
And now it's gone. Okay, what am I watching here? I saw the guy in the robe. I'm not seeing anything here. All I'm hearing is scary music and darkness. Something looks like a head up on the right hand corner. Well, that could be lighting. Oh, it disappeared. It disappeared. Okay, something was there. I thought it was just...
In the footage, a dark, shadowy figure appears just beyond the stairwell. T-sun doesn't spot it at first, but he later describes feeling an intense sensation, like invisible eyes locked onto him. When he and Hiro reviewed the clip together, T-sun immediately recognized the figure as the same ghostly shape he glimpsed earlier in one of the crumbling rooms. Could this ominous entity be one of the restless spirits still haunting the ruins of the old Sugiya Hotel? Some believe it is, and this video might be the strongest evidence yet.
I'm telling you, man, the Japanese, man, they know how to do the ghost, man. They always, I've never seen anything where a Japanese ghost is friendly. They always like, you know what I mean? But you know, the Japanese people, there's not a real national religion. So I'm gonna think that their superstition is a lot stronger because, you know, a religion could kind of sort of explain the paranormal. But when you really don't have a firm belief in anything, and it's a generational and a cultural thing, I guess the other world, the supernatural, will scare you way more than someone who's used to that kind of stuff, you know, because of believing in some kind of spiritual, religious thing that is unseen, you know what I'm saying? But that dark shadow, and then that head peeping out, and it seems like the Japanese know how to have like scary music too, boy. Tong, tong. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like the dark, this is a place for you. So come on back.